The next piece of material we're going to work with is what is known as a constructor. A constructor is going to look like a method, but what it enables us to do is construct many different types of objects using the same basic information. So we're going to use our burger example again, but before we do, we're going to go over the 2 rules of constructors. Constructors are going to look like a method and kind of act like a method as well when we call to it. The first piece is that a constructor has to have the same name as the class. A constructor has to have the same name as the class. So when we're calling to our constructor over here for burgers, here's an example right here. We have a public burger that receives a bun, type of bun, and a type of meat. We'll finish setting that up in a second. The other rule is that the constructor does not have one variable type. So unlike a method where we would have public integer or public boolean, a constructor is just public or public static if it's communicating with another static type. So let's go ahead and set this up. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create 2 constructors inside this public class. So I'm going to be asking for 3 different kinds of objects. I'm going to be asking for a string. I'm going to do bun type. Make sure I'm typing this right. Do meat type. And then some people do not like cheese, but we'll give also a cheese type. So we have 3 different kinds. In this first one, we are constructing just a basic hamburger. We have a bun and we have meat. So the bun type is going to equal bun, whatever the user sends over, and the meat type is going to equal the meat, whatever the user sends over. So the way this works in communicating with the burger class is I go over here to my main method and I have to create an instance of this particular burger. So we'll go burger, I'll call it item 1 because we're going to create a bunch of burgers here, equals new burger, and then I'm going to construct this. We do the bun type first. I'm going to do a sesame bun, sesame seed bun. Remember, I'm passing over 2 string types, and I'm going to make the meat well done. And if I go to print this out, I'm going to print out item 1 dot, and it gives me the option. Do I want the bun type, the cheese type, or the meat type? In this instance, I've only given this construct the bun type and meat type. So I'm going to do the bun type, and then we're also going to do the meat type. And this should give us a sesame seed bun with well done meat. Oop, forgot my plus sign. Oop, there we go. Does it? Let's take a look. Whoops, says we have an error. Let's see where error out is. Now here's the bun type equal bun, meat type equal bun. What did I? Lowercase t. Looks better. I don't know how that happened. And so here you have a sesame seed bun, well done meat. Okay, now the reason we're using it as a construct is, let's say the next person wants a medium well done piece of meat instead. But it's still the same kind of recipe. So we're going to create another instance of the burger, call it burger item 2 equal new burger. We're going to use still the sesame seed bun. This time we're going to call the meat medium well. It means the cow still moves a little bit. So system dot out dot print line item 1 dot, or this time I'm doing item 2 dot bun type plus the space plus item 2 dot meat type. And of course, help if I can spell, that'd be great. So this is going to call to the same constructors, but it stored it for item 2. So now we have a sesame seed bun for both of them, but one's well done and one is medium well. So as you can see, they are constructing essentially the same thing, a burger, but they have 2 different types of situations. What happens though when I go to add the cheese in? Because this construct right here only has 2 parameters to receive. Well, the answer is we can create another one within this class, another constructor, that receives 3 parameters but by the same name. Because what the program will look for is, do the parameters match in order of receiving? So let's take a look at how this would work. I'm going to do public, call it a burger again. I'm going to do string bun, string meat again, but this time I'm also going to do string cheese. No pun intended. And what this allows us to do is now build a cheeseburger using the same constructors, same constructor types. Bun type will equal the bun, meat type will equal the meat, and now the cheese type will equal the cheese. So we can build upon that here. Let me show you. So we're going to create a third instance of the burger item 3 equal new burger. Now, if I only do 2 parameters, it is going to simply create another hamburger. But this time I want to create a cheeseburger, so we're going to add in that 3rd parameter. I'm going to do a pretzel bun this time. I'm also going to do well done. If I left it alone, it would, minus the extra parenthesis, or brace, I'm sorry, it would leave it alone and send it over here to this hamburger, this public burger that receives 2 parameters. Instead, we want to add that 3rd parameter and give it American cheese. And then we're just going to print out the parameters used here. So our 3rd print line will give us a cheeseburger, as you can see. So we can do this for as many or as few parameters as we want to, and what this enables us to do is have a greater control over how our code generates objects or instances of things, and in turn allows us to spend less time writing code, because once we pass down information to a parameter, then the code works just fine. And that right there is the basics behind building constructors of objects. Then shut it off.